Yeah. Hello, wonderful viewers. How are you all doing today? Welcome. Welcome to Asian. Welcome to Asian TV. This is part 2. Islamic terrorist strike inside Burkinafaso. We have decided to come here today to give you reality of the response given by Ibrahim Traore. What actually went down? No? The last time we made a broadcast here, we were trying to link our radio station live broadcast, and by so doing, had some technical issues, which literally affected the output of our audio, and our audio was very, very low, very low. Background sound literally overtook our audio. So today, we hope it's not going to be like that. We are not going to link up the radio station to it today. Work further on it. See how we can make our live stream both here and on the radio at the time. So without taking much of our time, this topic is Islamic terrorist strikes Burkina Faso, meant to be part 2, concluding part of. In fact, it's not a concluding part because it's a holding process. Oh? But yeah. So now, let us dive down into what brought us here. What brought us here today transcends beyond what we are going to start off from another angle. And the man on your screen still remains our leader, a man that has given everything up to ensure the liberation of. Yeah. Although the people he's fighting for, they seem not to have a proper understanding of who they are. And that is a sacrilege, a terrible thing. Up to this moment, when you meet an Igbo man, they always believe that they are on the right track. They are never united per se. Don't get me wrong, there are lots of good. But the general consensus, what is on ground that has been plaguing the. They are not just per se, but they are their race that predates the Bible. They don't even know it. Majority of them don't even know it. Because subsequently, there was a shift, a frequency shift that caused this disconnect. There is a disconnect that took them away from this reality. Majority of them don't, and thereby taking up the term Igbo, IGB, which was a conscript from England that we were never, and we will never be IGB. Whatever we say here on Asian to do, well backed up, but we are not going to spill out all the beans. No? It is only for those that have the inner spirit to understand who they are, that will easily dig deep or dive beyond the spectra of common sense and realm to the abstract cosmic zone. And they will see what we are talking about. All right. Enough of that said. Yesterday or the other day, we made a broadcast. We brought up a picture of the man called what's his name again? Blaise Compaore and Thomas Sankara. There they are. The one on your left hand is Compaore, and the one on your right, Thomas Sankara. Start together. Just this picture was taken barely 3 days before Compaore eliminated Sankara. Sankara heard of it, that there was something going down, but he never, maybe he believed, but he felt there was nothing to do. Maybe he never believed, because if he actually did, I believe it wouldn't have been possible. Most likely, Camparo would have been taken out. Sankara didn't do that. And as Sankara never did that, brought about um, this that you see on your screen now. The one on the inset upright of your screen, Campari. Why the one in the middle? One in the middle remains Sankara. When Sankara was by one on the left, Campari. This happened 1987. And from there, moving forward, Campari ruled Burkina for 27 years. And got overthrown. Ever since he got overthrown, it has been a session of quick overtake, overtake. From one power to the other, and they continued with the trajectory of what the colonial bandits wanted, aka. But everything came to a halt when the spirit of Sankara rose up in the man called Ibrahim Traore. When Sankara was killed, late 1987. A couple of months later, into 1988, Traore was born. Probably, what's it called? There is a term they use for that. I can't remember right now. It's a term that classifies the movement of soul that have lost its body, keeps circulating until it sees a new body that it will get into. A parapsychology like that. Should be. So during that time, soul of Sankara could have been wandering, saw Ibrahim Traore when they gave birth to him. Spirit possessed him immediately. Traore was only 34 years when he took power. And lo and behold, everything Sankara stood for, exactly the same story. But this time, in a much more wiser way. He knew that to handle such a position, it's not just by guns and bullets alone. You have to be technical and tactical. So he had to forge alliances and got some expertise. But before then, he developed the mindset of people. And he reminded them about the pride of being or coming from the land of the upright men. Many of you don't know the history of Burkina Faso. Those that think they know, whatever you know, sorted. It's an ancestral thing. When they come, they have come. And when they will fix that which is certainly they will, and there is nothing the gates of hell can do about it. That is what is happening in the land of Egypt, known as Burkina Faso, the hell state. Those are the northern kingdom of Edo. So the transformation on. And the guy at the inset, top right, literally right now, he doesn't have a home. He looks like a sewage rat. Looks like a sewage rat with no home after selling off the country. Why we had to come back to this particular side before we proceed with what brought us here? Because if you betray your brother or you sell out your own to the enemy will never ever trust you. And you will keep on wallowing in the quagmire permanently forever and ever. A pig will be far, far cleaner than you. Don't get me wrong. Pigs are never ever dirty. And I can prove that to you. Their habitat, hmm, the murky water, place that looks, kind of slimy, habitat of pigs, their environment. You know? When Jehoshua casted out the legions from that man, the demons called legion, he permitted them to go into the pigs, the heads of pigs, and they jumped in. Instantly, those pigs committed suicide because they cannot have unclean spirit living in them. That was why they had to take their life. But you see, humanity, the diluted version of mankind known as humanity. They love evil and they are the harbingers of sorrow. Demons dwells in them. A man can literally get into the occult in the name of power quest. Huh? Just go to the occult, sell your soul to Lucifer so that you can start operating magically as a human deity, a demigod, aka Satan. That's why you can see humanity behave in such an awkward, weird manner. A man like Campari, the right hand man of Sankara, such an enviable position, eliminating Sankara because of crazy, insatiable desires. Nasingbe Iyadema eliminating Silvanus Olympios of Togo. They paid him $600. France paid him $600. Eliminated that man, became the president, and ruled for over 40 years. Family is still there. How wicked can a black man be? Humanity is wicked generally, but you see the blacks and their wickedness is pro max. The wickedness of the black is hyper pro max, not regular pro max. Open up themselves for wickedness. My apology to them. So when you sell out your own, the enemy can never ever trust you. There is something to be an upright man. There is something to be an upright man. That was why the bandits called the Igbo people came together and sold out this man. Today, where is Edoziem? Where is Edoziem? Where is Ikenga Iruagu? Where is Mohammed Abbas? Where is he? Where is Simon Ekpa? Where are they? Even the ones that we came together to stand as a set of the upright, to correct the very errors that dragged the entire movement down into the hole. They all sold out. Where is Nsima? Where are they? Naturally born bandits with the inscription of banditry in their DNA. That is what they are. You can't stand with your integrity for 1 minute. That is what it means. All sold out. They got paid. The entire movement came crumbling down. That's why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, for you to come out as a freedom fighter, you must be disciplined. That a poor man cannot be a freedom fighter. It's right. But let me amend it a little bit. Poverty is never ever the absence of cash or material wealth on you. Poverty is a mental state of mind. Because you can have all the money and you will be like Obasanjo, like Tinubu, like Adams Oshiomhole, like Robert Mugabe, like Julius Nyerere, like Hastings Kamuzu Banda of Malawi. You have all the money and you are still looting. You loot onto debt to be like Biya of Cameroon, the president in this moment. You will be like Museveni of Uganda, the president up to this moment. So that alone would make you all understand that poverty, the mental state of mind. It's never about absence of money in your hands, your pocket, your bank account. It's never about that. Poverty transcends on that. No? So that is the only amendment I have to put to what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. Because the most disgraceful and shameful part of this whole thing is that the entire fleet of idiots that sold out are all based in the diaspora. Every single one of them, excluding none. Excluding none. Are all based in the diaspora. So it's not that they are in Nigeria and somehow they so we are selling out because of money. They are all based abroad. Money was important.
Let's watch this video.
This one that is here and we are bringing to the screen right now.
You be mumu.
7 February 7.
Wetin be this? Wetin be this? Wetin be this?
One that we talked about just this guy has been in the presidential office of Uganda.
Today you're gonna die.
Took over as a military man. Huh? Took over as a military man. And
Let's watch this video.
What made him start walking around in uniform, in military?
You be mumu.
Is envying or copying Traore. Look at how hungry he is.
Wetin be this? Wetin be this? Wetin be this?
Security. That's why Africa, whoever that brings them down, was the map.
Today you're
Now,
gonna
we
die.
now got to find out that even the shithole is even a better place than their paradise. Because if the shithole is not a better
Let's watch this video.
they wouldn't be struggling to come back here.
God have mercy upon us.
So, this one is just an
You be mumu.
we had to in our clip. But because we promised to show you guys this one before we started. So, while we were
Wetin be this? Wetin be this? Wetin be this?
back our mind that in our previous one, wanted to that's why we had to look at how he's moving. Look at this Mr. President. Eh? Traore wears mask. Look at him with his own mask. Africa is nasty. Why won't Africa be a joke? Because the name of the land has never been Africa. Pan-Africa, a conscript of the same colonial master. And they are all fighting for Pan-Africanism. Is that not a shame? Everywhere. So, Museveni, leave the screen so that our leader can take back his position, okay? You see, when young minds come out, they inject a new energy. And in such energy, what fuels and moves that energy forward is purity. Purity of conscience and clarity of purpose. It's what moves a liberation movement to the permanent site. When you come out and you look left and right, you can't find the specific people or the specific ingredients that you will use to make a better dish. Better you don't come out. Just let it slide. Because when you come out, you become martyred by the same bunch of animals that you used to surround yourself. Everyone that surrounded Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they were all animals. Hyper pro-max animals. If for a selected few. Because we can never have an absolute position in everything. That's why science says that efficiency can never be 100%. Highest you can get is 99.9. That was what happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, of which Traore learned. And he's, stepping up. Now, for this very reason of reasons, we are going to bring to you what happened recently in Brukinafaso. We are going to bring it up. An American NGO stated that there was an attack in Burkina Faso that Boko Haram leveled everywhere and killed 200 soldiers. That is what is trending in the Western media, propelled and built and propagated by America. the devil's island, the devil's country, where Lucifer takes pleasure to put off the light that is coming up anywhere. Huh? America. When has an NGO become an investigative unit? I thought they were meant to go out there for humanitarian purpose. The terrorists are killing, people are fighting back, killing the terrorists. The NGO is there fueling the terrorists, giving them medic aid, all manners of care, including weaponry, and a good media face to the world that they are doing something good. You remember Syria? The guy that is ruling Syria now, was a bounty was placed on him by the United States. Today, the United States calls him an ally. It didn't start from Donald Trump. It started from Biden. Trump went there and to UAE or Saudi Arabia, but he just ended a Arab League tour, of which he saw that guy, I believe. Then at the end, Trump went back to the United States with over $2 trillion deal. We are not talking about deals here. Without humans, without the seeds of mankind, no deal will ever work out. You understand? We are talking of rights to life. You cannot tell us that accept deal, then you have life. That is madness from the lowest part of hell. Then I saw a Nigerian content maker, a YouTuber, that was there educating people about the opportunity of making money that Trump just closed over $2 trillion deal that we should key in and start making money. You see this spirit of sellout that is embedded in our DNA. Oh, Jesus. That spirit is terrible. That guy must be from Agbo, but he's still from the Ubo area, old Eastern Nigeria. A very old man that just found an opportunity to be online, and he started making money, promoting, or perhaps his content that he makes is about becoming wealthy, promoting nonsense. Fulani, they are slaughtering people in Agbo, in Delta State, all those areas. But the guy is there, financial coach, coaching people how to make money. That Trump just ended a trip. We should key in so that we make money from the Arab world. What is happening in Nigeria? America is there preparing an onslaught. Finish the land. American NGO have made a video showcasing how Brukinafaso was decimated. And the idiotic man is there telling us of the great things Trump is doing. We don't care. We are not seeing Trump and we will never ever see him. That is a statement of fact. Until the dignity of mankind is restored from in the primordial land of mankind, there will not be any recognition to any bandits, regardless of the deals they make around the world. Donald Trump will only say, I'm bringing deals to you. You do this, we'll give you this. You do this, Donald Trump, if you get this, share it, let it get to him. We don't care. We don't even give a fuck about whoever you are. Tell me, without humans, without men and women in this world, which deal will go through? The land is boiling in turmoil. We are talking about you. The next thing you say, arrest the guy that is saving lives in his country. Go and arrest him, bring him to, because you ordered him to come over. He refused. Now you have given him an allegation. NGO have built up. Then the BBC Africa now made another video showing somewhere that was gutted with fire, and he said Traore was the one, or is the one responsible for that, destroying lives and property. It is not the Boko Haram that attacked, but it was Traore that is killing people, causing mayhem. BBC, the media house of Lucifer, BBC. Britain have been quiet all along, working in the shadows, preparing how. British soldiers, they are in Nigeria. They were there when the military barracks was ransacked by Boko Haram. 40 armored tanks was scattered away by Boko Haram. British military never did anything. But they said they are there to put up the insurgents. But something happened. While they were on ground, everyone is focused. They must enter Burkina Faso. But I will have a news for you people, and I want you all to remember. Africa was your graveyard that made you run away in that era. And you now put your stooge, saboteurs that we call leaders, help you to rule third party system. But this time around that you people are coming, that you need to take down Traore, Africa shall continue. As Troy fell, Achilles fell along with it. This time around, the Western Trojan Achilles will fall, but we will not fall. We remain. Do you know why we will remain? This is the primordial home of mankind, and we shall remain. Every evil spirit known as the West will not be bound on our land, but will be cast into the abyss permanently and sealed. As you all are trooping down, don't worry. You like bring your B2 spirit. You don't care, but you will become a spirit so that you will be bound in the abyss. Come. Motherland is calling. Come. Michelle Obama, that man called Michelle Obama, she came out to insult Traore. She started in a very subversive mode. Oh, we have seen the great things going on in Burkina Faso and the development. It's a wonderful thing to behold. But public funds and everything or all whatnot should not be used by the leaders to take care of themselves. That they should be talking about democratic institution framework in Burkina Faso, not the other way around. You see how Lucifer operates. What is special about Burkina Faso? That America now is dying over it. All their top guns. Donald Trump, have you arrested Obama, Bill Gates, Dr. Fauci, and the others that are behind coronavirus? You have not. You're after Traore because 50 billion barrels of oil was discovered. And you must come to Africa and take it over. Drill, baby, drill. You will drill your own graves as you are coming. In fact, the grave is there waiting for you people. Just come quickly and fill it up. Huh? You have not done that. Obama is still speaking. As Barack Obama, the man that used a phone call to chase away Goodluck Jonathan from office, then gave them citizenship in America. The man is still talking now. Boko Haram neutralized Nigerian military barracks. No news said anything about it. BBC Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, and BBC Africa never said anything about it. But they can say something that is happening in Burkina Faso. Why BBC Africa headquarters is in Nigeria, in Abuja there. They didn't see what happened, but they can face it. They didn't see Christopher Musa, chief of staff, when he said that Boko Haram has sophisticated drones that they cannot detect it. That's why Boko Haram is flushing the Nigerian army. BBC never said anything about it, but they are mirroring their camera. They want to discredit Traore, but it's a good thing. North Korea, China, Russia, their military and their commandos, they are there. So you people have built a new weapon of mass destruction. Britain, you call your own Storm Shadow. Huh? France called their own Typhoon, Mirage. America called their own B2 and Vanguard. So now they are bringing it. Russia said their own is Sukhoi. China called their own their name. Everyone is bringing it. Let us test these new weapons in Africa. I pity every single. Africa, motherland will never fall. At the end of this fall, the name Africa will be removed and we'll return back to ancient time, the name that we bear. Democracy is not our own, and we will never ever use anything that has demon and crazy combined together, making democracy. We will never ever use it. Cancel it. A Nigerian man talking about the youth. I looked at the idiots. I looked at him a second time. And this second look that I looked at him scornfully. Saying, at your age, you are talking about deal. Is there electricity in Nigeria? I would have brought up the guy here, but I used the annoyance to delete. Is there electricity in Nigeria? You are talking about kingdom wet principle. There's animals everywhere. Kingdom wet principle. This is Traore. When he spoke against the evil that is going on in his country. Immediately after this one, we are going to play what he responded to Michelle Obama. Then from Michelle Obama, we are going to play what he responded to Barack Obama. And I think after that, we'll call it a wrap for today. So let us listen to what he has to say.
We don't need them to rise. We just need to be free. And now the world's watching. Because when one African leader, Captain Traore, just pulled the curtain and France is not happy. In a bold speech, he exposed what many suspected. France wasn't in Burkinafaso to help. They were here to control. Gold contracts, military bases, intelligence, all rigged to keep the country dependent. Traore said enough is enough. He kicked out French troops, cut toxic ties, and told the youth, we don't need them to rise, we just need to be free. And now the world's watching. Because when one African leader stands up, the rest start asking questions too. Is this the beginning of a real break from neo-colonialism? Or will the empire fight back harder? Drop your thoughts.
Now, the empire surely will fight back harder. That's the standard. That is a standard operational motive. Empire will surely fight back. Now to this one. This is what's her name? His name. Because I don't know if I should call this thing on your screen a he or a her. Because evidence is reaching us clearly states that Michelle Obama was a boy. For now. I don't know what to address entity as. Speaking like yes.
Pause, she invited reflection. She spoke of global unity, climate justice, Imagine sitting.
Go back. I want you all to take your time to listen carefully to how a serpent called Michelle Obama practically chipped in the weapon of mass destruction. And when Traore responded, I want you to hear what she said again. Just listen. Let's go there. Continue.
In a crowded hall, every eye on you, knowing what you're about to say could change how the world sees your people forever. Ibrahim Traore's voice trembled, not from fear, but from the weight of the moment. Then, in a simple but shattering sentence, he said something that left millions around the world in tears, and Africa holding its breath. It was an ordinary afternoon in Los Angeles. But inside one auditorium, something extraordinary is about to unfold. Michelle Obama had taken the stage, her presence commanding yet comforting. A global leadership summit had drawn some of the world's most influential voices, and the former First Lady of the United States was among the most anticipated speakers. With every word, she inspired. With every pause, she invited reflection. She spoke of global unity, climate justice, education for all, political reform in developing nations. The audience listened intently, applauding and nodding. And then she turned a page. The name of a small West African nation emerged. Burkinafaso, she said, her voice steady, eyes reading carefully. She adjusted her glasses. Under the leadership of Ibrahim Traoré, we've seen some impressive strides, yes. But also, cause for concern. There was a hush. While the world applauds progress, we must always question power. Transparency, accountability. Are these changes?
Keep quiet. Keep quiet. You must also question power, transparency. Look at her. You can see the looks of a man. This is a pure man. They want to question transparency. Barack Obama must answer this question. Why did Barack Obama interfere in Nigeria's electoral process and chased away Goodluck Jonathan? Michelle, you will say you don't know about that. Why is it that it was America, divided or demonic state of America, that installed Buhari as Nigeria's president? Huh? So almighty America can notice a speck of dust or dot called Brukinafaso, a land that the people of Burkina Faso live $1, just $1 for a month. A family lives for $1 to $10 a month. Is it now that you want to question those in authority? Why can't you question your husband? Boko Haram insurgents and everything going on in Nigeria. Who is behind them? United States of America. We didn't say that. Watch our previous video and you will see the American senator when he said it in the Senate House of America, that every money that is sent to Africa was basically to sponsor Boko Haram. Hundreds of millions of dollars, even billions of dollars. United States sponsors them to keep the land permanently destabilized. You are here questioning. Shame on you.
Truly empowering the people, or are they simply consolidating control? The audience listened. Some applauded.
Now, you see that black people are devils. Let's just be honest. It's the same thing that Langley said. They use the go to take care of themselves and ensure they remain in office. Now, Michelle Obama is saying the same thing. They are using it to consolidate themselves. What is the difference between what Langley said and what this evil woman on your screen said? What is the difference? No, she didn't say it. She said consolidating. That is what African professors like Lumumba and the others will say. Hey, the general just said it straight, but this one she didn't say it. Don't blame any one of you. Continue.
Others furrowed their brows. Around the world, screens lit up with debates, commentaries, and hashtags. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away, a different reaction was unfolding. President Ibrahim Traoré sat in his office, watching the broadcast. No aides stirred. No phones buzzed. Only the voice of Michelle Obama carried through the room. When it ended, he did not react with anger or frustration. His response was still. Then finally he spoke. "Prepare a response," he said to the small group around him. "But not to defend. To clarify. To show the world our truth." Traoré took to the podium. No teleprompter. No rehearsed script. Just heart and history. He looked into the camera, eyes steady. "Mrs. Michelle Obama," he began, his voice composed but resolute, "your concern is noted, and it is welcomed. But let me make something clear." He paused. "Our movement is not about grasping power. It is about reclaiming dignity." He reached for a worn photograph beside him. He held it up. A family stood in front of a modest house, solar panels glinting behind them. This family lived in darkness. Now their children study under light. This isn't power. This is justice. He continued, unwavering. "Yes, we face challenges. Corruption. Instability. But these did not begin yesterday. These are the scars of colonial legacy and decades of external control. What we are doing is healing, restructuring, reclaiming our right to define our future. His words did not defend. They revealed. And then something extraordinary happened. Africa listened. And Africa felt every word. In villages and cities, from the Sahel to the Cape, people heard more than just a leader speaking. They heard someone understanding, someone belonging, someone fighting. The hashtags weren't just digital echoes. They were chants. Popes. Young Africans began to stand taller. Elders nodded in silent recognition. Finally, many whispered, someone is saying what we've always known. Michelle Obama watched every word. She listened. And for a moment, she didn't see a rebuttal. She saw a reality. In a later interview, she reflected on the moment. I underestimated the context, she admitted, her voice sincere. President Traoré's response was honest. It moved me. We must listen before we judge. And we must remember that dignity looks different from where you stand. Her humility was praised. But the world...
Let us end it's not humility, it's stupidity. You see, America, so proud to apologize. That is why God will destroy that country. They went into Senegal. We played the video here. They went into Senegal. They wanted to manipulate the election and they were caught red-handed. And for that reason, USAID, the Senegalese government, closed the office, arrested some of the Americans, sent them out. Do you know that America never apologized? They said it is just a standard democratic protocol. SDP. No apology. Here again, Michelle Obama said it. Oh, we underestimated the guy. Sometimes it is not good to judge. Oh, the guy is honest and so on. You see the way she should have said, I'm sorry for that. But she's too big, just as the American general said. I am a 4-star general of the United Divided or Demonic State of America. My duty is to protect America's interests and so on and so forth. He said, I cannot apologize. You see how proud these people are. Later, Donald Trump will say, oh, it's China. China is so proud. They cannot come out to let's make deal or apologize and so on. Apologize for what? Apologize for what? They catch you Americans red-handed. It's simple, I'm sorry, it was an error. Or it was a misguided step. They will never ever say that. They will look for ways. And people clap. Oh, humility. Humility kill you people. Huh? Is this the way humility should be? I don't blame anyone. Even recently, in the next program, we'll bring it. The general said, China and Russia should hands off Africa. They should leave Africa alone for them. It is because of them. That's why Africa is making noise. The black man again, the useless black man. You see these people? Let's be honest here. So I don't want black Americans to take it like we are attacking them. But you see, in the face of the reality that is going on, the ball is in the court of the black Americans, those genuine and sincere ones. The ball is in their court to force a change from that land, or else we demonize anything that we have to demonize just to rub stain or dent on them. If not for the slave ship, that guy, Fort Langley, even this woman, they will never ever be in America. Ever. That is the baseline truth. So if you hear this broadcast and you feel offended, we don't care. Because none of you can rise up in America, stop these people, to hush them whenever they are speaking, or rather you clap for them. So now we are going to be a bit more harder. And the words that we will use, we will not apologize for it, ever. But the word or statements that has come from long time oppression and we'll have to give it out that way. Look at what BBC is doing. They said that Traore was the one responsible for the attack. Now, this is what happened in Sahel. Just watch. Watch this particular. Huh? Got it from this handle. And just how to let. And you all are going to see what happened.
Shockingly, it's coming from BBC Africa. So now, the question must be asked, is the Western media undermining Africa's right to self-defense? And who really?
Go back.
Burkina Faso has just pulled off one of the boldest counterterrorism operations in the Sahel region. Over 1,000 militants linked to Al-Qaeda were ambushed and neutralized in a matter of minutes using just 3 drones. But instead of global applause, a wave of international criticism has followed, and shockingly, it's coming from BBC Africa. So now,
You heard that. After the terrorists struck Burkina Faso, American NGOs said they were the ones that leaked. And they said that 200 soldiers were killed. Burkina Faso is depleted. They are confused. Burkina Faso responded, wiping out over 1,000 or 2,000 terrorists. BBC Africa now came out and said Traore is a terrorist, killing innocent people. Can you imagine? Can a terrorist live out 1 hour in their lands, in their countries? The answer is no. But when we fight to defend our villages, women and children, they come out and they call us killers. They praise the killers, as Donald Trump is praising the guy in Syria, as American embassy is back in Afghanistan now, working hand in hand with the Taliban. The America and the Taliban, they are like this now. They are in love with each other. But when we fight back to kill those that are killing us, we become the problem of the world. It is dangerous narrative. It must change. It must change. Donald Trump, you sent a plane to South Africa to lift white South Africans to America. That is their home, according to you. As you are taking them to America and you say that is their home, ensure that you stay out of Africa. Stay out of our land. If we have terrorists that you guys are sponsoring, deal with them. Don't come to our land. Simple. Africa doesn't want to welcome you. So you remain where you are. Stop sending your men. Africa is a shithole. We don't have anything. We just have 30% of the global resources, which is nothing. But you want to die on the 30%. It is clear that Africa never has 30% of global resources. Africa has 60% or 70%. But as usual, they have to reduce it to make Africa look stupid. So once they do that, everyone will look somewhere else. But they are here. Good or bad, they will leave Africa by force.
the question must be asked, is the Western media undermining Africa's right to self-defense? And who really benefits when narratives are twisted? This is Pulse of Africa, and today we bring you a powerful story about the resilience and intelligence of Captain Ibrahim Traore. Stay tuned. Context: scale assault intended to. We do not promote hate, violence.
Now, let's stop it here. You see this guy on your screen. They did an excellent job by filing it. But there is something that we hate. Patient. High time we call a spade a spade. Not that you sit down as like a slave like this after you talk, you finish talking or saying the rubbish you want to say. Now come out and say, oh, it's an alleged situation. We do not promote hate. We do not promote this one. We do not promote that one. It's just for the sake of one thing. If you know this is what you want to do, back up and get it. Stop coming outside to talk rubbish. That you made a solid presentation. You just had to sit like a slave that you are. It is alleged we are not promoting. For that reason, fuck off. Just listen to this guy's side. side.
It felt like a deliberate attack on the credibility of a rising African leader. The backlash.
If you not fear this man, if you not fear this man, I go fear you. You believe that this man received call from his army that over 1,000 bandits don't enter, terrorists don't enter a country. You understand? The only thing when Baba asked the army when he called her, the army general when he called her, they say, how many of them? The army tell her, say, they are over 1,000. The army asked Baba, asked this man, say, should we engage? Baba tell army, say, no, don't worry. God. This man. He said, don't worry. The army shocked like, how? We should engage because this man, these people, they will finish the entire country if we don't. He said, don't worry. As immediately Baba, they drop that call like this. Baba use the right hand, collect the second four. Call the Navy. Tell Navy, may they bring 3 drones. This will not be 3 aircraft, war aircraft or stuff like that. 3 drones. All those, you know, normal drone. Now they take the video. They fly drones ahead. 3 drones. One of those drones are from the Chinese drones. That one is white. Then the second ones are the North Korea drones. Those ones, they are black. Immediately, those drones, it not take to this one. What they tell you, so it not take 1 minute. Technology now, technology. Immediately, those drones fly come like this, come presidential villa. The Chinese drone too fine. You understand? They call her the king of beauty. You understand? The white one. They took that white one far to the sky. Why the North Korea, the king of wickedness, North Korea drones? You know what? The 3 drones they fly. You know, this is how they were going. The black drones came like this to this level. Why the Chinese drone came on top and went through the sky, suspended in the sky? Oh God! Those 2 black drones, they form a V shape when they get to where those terrorists are. They form V shape. You understand? So they fire like this. If they fire the fire like this, once the bullet hit the ground like this, you go yeah, brrr. Those terrorists, they were mentally incapacitated. The job of those black drones was to make sure that to push all the terrorists from the community, from the town, into the forest. You understand? So all the terrorists were mentally incapacitated. They all ran into the forest thinking that they have escaped. That is when the white drones, oh God, descended. Descended and suspended. You understand? What we were hearing was see those.
Now, you see from the analysis this guy is giving, it's an analysis that came with passion because we are still trying to get the confirmed footage of the strike that the Burkinabe on them. Because it was carried out by 2 black drones from North Korea, then the white one from China. They formed a V shape in the sky. They guided those terrorists to run. You know, V shape goes like this. They now made the shooters like this. So the terrorists, they were coming together, running, escaping, over 1,000 to 2,000 or more. So they had to run back to the forest, thinking that the forest, as usual, safe for them, without knowing that these people were watching them like a big brother house. So they went there. Then the king of, the North Korea black drones, they call them the king of wickedness. Those ones guided them there for the white one from Russia. Took them out. That's how they took them out. Just like that. Ended everything. But meanwhile, the community, everyone, they were ready on ground just in case any terrorist spills over. The moment they spill over, they get taken down by the community or by the military. That was how that is, the killing was beyond killing of all killings. So they had to run back to the Nigerian side where the British soldiers were. Then BBC Africa now published that Traore is a murderer committing war crimes. All the killings going on in Nigeria, the beheading every now and then, the Boko Haram, Shekau, they are not people that are committing crime against humanity. It is not Traore. See how shameless these people are. The economic minister of France have said Europe must come together. Let them go to war with Africa and conquer them, or else Europe will start begging them. So now France, Britain, and the others, led by America, they are preparing to go to war with Africa. to ensure they destroy the land and conquer us. But this time around, they are not like our fathers. They are not like them. Go the extra mile. Go the extra mile. Worst comes to worst, you people will sleep on your beds. You won't wake up the following day. Worst comes to worst, and it will happen. Your countries will fall. Your economy will fall. Everything will go down. So Traore is the new terrorist. No longer Boko Haram. You can see where the problem of Africa is coming. And yet we have, what's his name again? Lumumba talking shit every day. This is the response Traore gave to this man on the screen. This is very one now. This is the response Traore gave to him. And we are going to give it volume that you will hear.
With visible emotion. We watched the video, but as Barack Obama's words echoed across the screen, something changed in Ibrahim Traore's eyes. He wasn't just going to respond, he was going to expose everything. If you support our president, Ibrahim Traore, and want the truth to shine louder than the noise, subscribe now and stand with us. Together, we
are stopping the program here, right now on this point. We'll continue tomorrow. Join us for the exciting episode that will come up tomorrow. We start from here. Response of Ibrahim Traore on this man on your screen. This evil spirit that came and said African men must marry men. And we had African countries like South Africa endorsing it in their constitution that a man must marry man. Something that is not in our culture. If you don't allow men to marry men, women to marry women, we'll sanction you, we won't give you money anymore. Oh boy, we are ready to turn the table upside down. If you promote gay, transgender and everything, let it be in your country. And by extension, let it be in Kenya, where you come from. That is the best we can tell you people. So with this, when ultimately we have come to the end of the broadcast of today. So we'll see you all in the next one. We'll continue from here tomorrow. We encourage you all, share this broadcast, share it to the places it needs to get to, or especially anyone that watches it. Ensure you share it and let it get into Sahel. We'll take out this time to work on our radio so that when next we come up, we simulcast at the same time, live here and live on the radio. Those that wouldn't be able to afford an internet-connected device that they can watch it from, perhaps their radio, able to pick up the stick, their internet radio. See you all from here, from us, from the studio, from Mission to do. Say bye.
Male wa modo